So we're back here on 10 over 10. Of course, we've got much more music coming up in just a little bit. But as usual, every week we try and have a discussion, talk about some of the things that are affecting you and I, and try to hash them out. This week we're going to be talking about breakups, bad breakups, and how much worse they can get because we're living in the digital age. We're living in the age of social media, of WhatsApp, of all of that. So all of your relationships are online anyway. So what happens when you break up? All right, so we're going to have a panel here that's going to help us discuss it. And of course, I'll get some views from the audience, Kamakawa, but I'll have everyone go ahead and introduce themselves. We'll start right here with you.
All right, my name is Samuel Njoroge. Jerry, yes. yes. My name is Samuel Njoroge Jerry. Some people call me Sam Jerry. Some know me as Njoroge Jerry. All my names. And I happen to be a lawyer, but at the same time, I also happen to do some mentorship for young people.
All right, Karibu Sana. Make some noise for him. Thank you, Sam. To the lady.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
You're good? All right, my name is Shamim Valentine. I am an actress, a video vixen, an entrepreneur, a marketer. Yes, I do it all. Yes.
See you. Clap for her. All right, last but not least.
Hi, guys. Hi again. I am Adrian Kibai. I'm a digital media strategist, and I'm glad to be here with you today.
All right. So I think what we're talking about today has happened to all of us at some point. We've had a breakup that didn't go well, that took a while to get over, but I feel like living in the digital age, it's just so much worse when you break up. Unaona picha siku moja, the next day the pictures have disappeared. Oh, what happened? You know, it gets a little bit more dramatic than it used to. So both of you guys have had some pretty dramatic, breakups. So I want you guys to share your stories. We'll start with you, Adrian. Tell us about the bad breakup that you had.
Oh, well, it was back in campus. You know, when the things get heated, you know how puppy love goes like, right? So most of the time you find that you focus more on what is happening in the here and now. You don't remember that in future, probably, we don't think about what if it doesn't work out.
So you'd been dating a girl for how long?
Well, I had been dating her for like about 3 years or so.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So what led up to the breakup?
Oh, well, we had a few disagreements. We didn't get along on some things. So, sometimes people just fall out.
It wasn't any one major thing. It was just...
No, it was not one big blow. It was just drifting apart. And I feel like, at some point we lost ourselves during the whole thing.
So who broke up with who?
Oh, she called it off.
She called it off.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah, no, relax. It's not that bad.
He's recovered. He's okay now. When she's calling it off, had you guys been publicly displaying your relationship online, on social media?
Yeah. We did post a lot of pictures. We had a lot of pictures online. And, after a breakup, you realize, even before the breakup, that is when you start realizing one after another starts coming off. And before you know it, none is there, and then now the breakup comes.
Who started taking the pictures down? You did or she did?
She did. Okay. I didn't touch them.
She took the pictures down.
Yeah.
You were following her. You're seeing them coming down. What were you thinking?
In my mind, I was like, oh, maybe she just wants to cleanse her timeline, But then again, the reality hits you much later that, uliachwa. Uliachwa.
Sam, I'm going to come to you for a minute. Why is it that we're putting our relationships online in the first place? What's the desire for us to show our love so openly?
I think we have a desire to share the beautiful things that are happening with us. And I think the most beautiful thing that can happen to you is to find love. And also there is a bit of an element of letting those who thought you'd never find love know that you actually found it. But
my haters.
Yes. But yes, there is an aspect of you want to have yourself and the beauty of what is happening to you known by those circles that are around you, high school friends, primary school friends, which is what happens in the social media age. And
yeah, this is a social media age, and we can't ignore that. And we're not saying it's wrong to post your love online. It's just that you have to think a little bit ahead for, when the drama comes, and it's going to be, a little bit extreme. Shamim, tell us your story.
My story. So mine goes, I met a guy at a friend's party. We clicked from the word go. Everything was cool. Dates, movies, the lovey-dovey stuff, yeah? Everything was in the air, selfies, nini, kila kitu. Si mnaelewa? Naitwa mapenzi moto moto, yeah? So after a while, like I was in my fourth year, my final year. So I was in between books, doing events. I am an entrepreneur, so I'm dealing with
busy.
a lot. Yeah, I got busy. He got busy. So the only alternative was like Skype, my WhatsApp video calls, and that's at least.
But that's relationships in this day and age. I mean,
Yes.
you WhatsApp your partner more than probably you see them. As
Yes.
in, you're not seeing them every day. Even then,
Yeah.
they have a life, so you have to communicate. So
Yeah, and that's okay. That was the option. So we were good with the option, yeah. Until like I go to my events and then I post photos. Maybe I've gone for a photo shoot or something, and then maybe I'm even just trying to credit the photographer or just to like show people like, yeah, I've been doing this and that. This is my hustle. Like, yo, like you need to recognize what it is that I'm doing. So maybe I will like post with some male guys, male friends, and then it will bring issues.
you would get jealous.
The jealousy.
Yeah.
And it's not like that is where the trust issues begin.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of the day, you're doing your hustle. I'm here trying to make to do me, yeah, to make a living out of myself, to make a career, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it went on and on until there was this blog in our campus that posted some things about me being a socialite, me living some expensive life. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, these are things that were actually being provided for by our company or the companies that I used to actually work for. Yeah, like, I tried to explain myself and he couldn't listen. So there was silence for 2 weeks. And that's why your moment, una try to call. Hey, my blue ticks, no flow. Yes, and then after those 2 weeks, the worst happened. On social media, that is where I got dumped.
He dumped you on social media.
Yes.
How did he do that?
Ali slide kwa DM.
Kwa DM?
Kwa DM ya ma Insta.
Yeah. Sure. That's harsh. You men are harsh. How do you break up with someone in the DM? Like you don't have their phone number. Like you can't call them. Like you don't know where they live. At your Insta story. It's a lie.
It's not a story. This is real life. This has actually happened to me, yeah? So he DM'd me and he said like, yo, this is over. It is what it is. And I swear the next person who is going to tell me that it is what it is. What is that?
What does that even mean?
What does that even mean?
Sam, as you're listening to this, what red flags are jumping out at you here?
Two things. There is something there's something very foolish that people do when relationships come to an end, and that is to try to win the breakup. Yeah, to try to win the breakup, to be the person who ended up with a better hand than the other person who was left. And you've got to say this, and very many wise men have said this over and over again. T.D. Jakes, Tyler Perry, the Buddha, even the Bible itself. Yeah, if somebody wants to live your life, let them live. Amen. If somebody wants to go,
let them go.
You know, so you don't need to get onto social media to try and make them feel something, or try to win the relationship, to win the breakup by making other people hate that person or spoiling their name. If you're walking away from somebody, walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Okay.
And that is that.
Okay. So, Adrian, I want to ask you a question because there's something that Shamim brought up in her conversation that I think a lot of people have experienced, where you're in a relationship and you're following each other on social media. So you're seeing what your girlfriend is liking, whose pictures she's liking, who she's taking pictures with. Was that ever an issue in in any of your relationships that you've had, of saying like, "Hey, mbona like keep picture like," was that ever a topic of conversation?
Honestly, no. I've never been a jealous person in that way. I find that jealousy is kind of cute, you know, because to some point. But then again, it gets to a point when it becomes toxic, you see. So for them, in this case, it was becoming an issue of trust more than an issue of, I like seeing you with just me. Unajua? So it stops being cute, it starts being dangerous.
Yeah, but don't you see how social media can compound jealousy?
Well, yeah.
If you already have trust issues in the relationship, and then you're seeing this chick, you know, all over the place, living a nice life, taking pictures with her male friends, liking pictures of dudes, you know, MCM and all these things.
I see how that can look, but it really takes a lot of the two people to get along fast, so that you can just get to that point where, you know, even if she poses with 100 men out there, she's
still coming back to you.
Yeah.
So when in your relationship, when all the pictures came down, there's a post I saw on Instagram the other day, and someone was saying, you guys who post your relationships online and we have invested in you, and then you break up, na sisi kama my in-law, you don't tell us what happened. We need to stay, you know, up with the journey of what happened. Did you feel like you needed to explain things to any of your friends, or were you people asking you, how come I'm not seeing you guys in pictures anymore?
Yeah. At some point, I had to answer a lot of questions because, hey, what's happening? We are not seeing pictures. But eventually, most people could put one and one together, and it was fine by me, actually. As he said,
you seem like a very secure man.
Well, yeah, nothing shakes this.
Okay, so Sam, let me ask you, for people who do have those trust issues and do have jealousy and all those types of things in their relationships, and like I'm saying, social media can compound that. How do you deal with that?
Yes, and I think that is extremely sad, because in any relationship, even if you are a part of the community and everybody else is watching you and seeing you, the relationship is still about the two of you. It is still mainly about the two of you. And I'll just give a short story here. Paulo Coelho says that if you have two firemen walk into a house, I love this story. If you have two firemen walk into a house and they come out, and one of them has a dirty face and the other one does not have a dirty face, who is going to wash their face? Somebody can guess. Who's going to wash their face? Yes, you'd say the dirty one. But what Paulo Coelho says is that it is more likely that the dirty one will not wash their face, because they will look at the one whose face is clean and think, my face looks like that. And then the person whose face is clean will look at the other person and says, this person's face is dirty, mine must also be dirty. We reflect onto the other person. If somebody is jealous in a relationship, if somebody is having trust issues, it is not a reflection of the actions of the other person, it is a reflection of themselves.
Woo! Preach!
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you can do whatever you want to do. You can be the nicest girlfriend or boyfriend. You can refuse to like pictures. You can avoid all boys or avoid all girls. If that person has trust issues, it is within them and they will have them. You will look at a TV in a certain way and they will just blow up because of it.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not going to share my personal story. I'm going to come back to you. No, okay, let me ask the ladies this. Ushaona dem mrembo ukamchukia ukasema tu, aki, my boyfriend would like this chick. It's an insecurity. But Shamim, back to you. So what happened after he DM'd you and broke up with you? You unfollowed each other? Did you unfollow all his friends? Did you take pictures down? I mean, what, as you're going through that painful and hurtful process, what did you do?
The pictures definitely went down. No lie. But he blocked me.
He blocked you.
He blocked me before I blocked, or I didn't even block, I didn't even unfollow. I still see everything, you know.
Do you still follow his friends?
Not his friends, because I didn't know many friends. It was mostly him and me just hanging out and having our time. So I didn't get to know most of his friends, yeah. But mostly it was okay. I brought down the pictures after he did.
You're over it. You're so over it.
I'm not over it. I just got pissed that he didn't give me a listening ear. And most of all, the way that he did it. Like, if you want to break up with me, face me, tell me to my face. You know, you don't just DM me. Kwani ulinipata kwa DM? Ulinipata kwa Insta. Allah. And then you hear DMing me. I'm like, what is wrong?
Yeah.
Like, as in, if it's not someone like ulikuwa build on something for so long, that would be like, okay, like kama ni Tida, like, so, you know, that's okay. Like, but this is someone I had invested my emotions, my time, my feelings. So it's not just fair, like you DM me and am I supposed to be okay? So like, okay, sawa. And I don't even have that chance to reply because you
block.
Ashani block. Like, ni kama umeandika.
I think the thing is that breakups are painful either way, right? Adrian, perhaps because you seem to have dealt with yours quite maturely, how do we avoid going to that place of hurt and pain and revenge? Because that's another thing that people do once they've been hurt, is they want to get you back somehow. They find some blackmail of you, or, you know, want to leak things that you did and pictures of you and videos. I mean, people go the extreme these days. So how can we avoid getting into that?
You know, the worst part as a man, I'll say this, we men tend to think that moving on very swiftly is the easiest way to get over the last chick. Probably at the moment it feels right. At the moment you feel like this is the chick, this is the one that will get me over the past one. But then again, somewhere down the road, you think to yourself, okay, what am I doing? Am I looking for her in other women? Blah, blah, blah. Such things keep recurring. My advice will be, face your demons. Just go straight, face them. If you're mourn. It's manly to mourn. Don't even hide it. Cry.
It's manly to mourn.
Cry.
Alone in the house.
Yes. Let it out. Allow yourself to feel something.
Yeah.
Once you allow yourself to feel something, you'll get past what you're feeling. This hurt you're feeling, it demands to be felt.
Yeah.
If you don't feel it, you'll feel it much later. You're only postponing. Exactly. You're only postponing it, and you'll be toxic to this person you're trying to use as a rebound.
Yeah.
You'll be very toxic to them because you'll be saying, "Oh, my ex didn't used to do this. My ex used to do this like this." And such stuff. It will come up subliminally or even obviously, but it will still come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it will be a big issue.
That's a good word. Well, we're just winding up here. So Shamim, I'm going to give you a moment to give your final comments on this. Advise other ladies might be who are going through bad social media breakups right now of what not to do.
All right. What not to do. Let me first say this, yeah? Unlike men, women take time to get over breakup. They take their time, 1 year, 2 years, like they take really long for them to actually open up, yeah? And even when they get a man who is actually interested in them, they have these walls held up high because they don't want to go through what they went through. So what I will actually tell them is take your time, be ready, because where we go wrong is when we start comparing, nanifanyia hivi hanibambi ila mwingine alikuwa ananifanyia hivi, you know, like you start comparing. It's not right. And then just something small, you'll get pissed off because you think that he's doing the same thing that this other person was doing, or he ain't doing something that other person was doing. So I'll just say this generally, not for men, not for women, like take your time after a breakup, realize yourself, find yourself, because in a relationship you tend to give too much, yeah? To some extent you even actually get lost, yeah? So find yourself, rearrange yourself, rearrange your thoughts, and most of all, rearrange your emotions and your heart.
And don't break up with people on the DM. Sam.
Thank you. What?
Final comments from you.
Yeah, and let me say that was just utter disrespect. Utter and total disrespect. I think even as you break up with someone, you can recognize that this person is a human being and offer the bare minimum being respect to that person. Let me just say, in this day of social media, my final word would be on stalking. If someone, just a warning, if someone is using, if you broke up with someone and that person is using social media to stalk you or to follow you to try and find out where are you exactly and then come looking for you and that kind of thing, you need to reach out and speak to someone. Speak to someone and let someone know this is happening, because it's a reality that there are people who use the digital age to actually harass and stalk, and they can be a danger to your life, especially with the so many cases we have nowadays of crimes of passion.
Yeah, absolutely. So recognize when it's gone a little bit too far, seek help if you need to. And like Sam said, respect, respect, respect at the end of it all. I want to thank my beautiful panel for being here. Please make some noise for them, for being real about breakups. So in your next breakup, remember what they have said. Oh, Kosao. Okay. We're going to cross over to the other side. We have some acoustic music, a live band here by the name of Kaskazini, who are going to entertain you next.